Well, once again, happy Monday to all of you, and welcome to another inspiring episode of Moments in Majesty. Today, I want to take another journey, and I want you to go with me as we focus on one of the most dramatic and inspiring hymns that was ever written. And it ties especially for this season as Jesus is preparing to go to the cross. But have you ever wondered about what inspired writers to write such beautiful songs and hymns? So, as we focus on the lyrics of this particular song, I also want to talk about the story behind it. And the hymn is, "O love that wilt not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee. I give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths is flow me richer, purer be." You see, there are moments in life when our souls grow tired. We get tired of holding on sometimes, tired of pretending to be strong, tired of carrying the weight of expectation of other people on our shoulders. And sometimes we encounter disappointments and unanswered questions. And in those moments when our grip and our courage get weak, I want you to know that there is a love that does not loosen its grip on us, because it's a love that refuses to release us to despair, but it waits patiently for us. You see, this hymn is one that was born out of sorrow from a man who was experiencing deep distress, but in the lowest point of his life, he found a hope that overflowed in his heart. And even though he felt his strength failing him, he held on to a love that just wouldn't let him go. His name is George Matheson. He was the writer of this great hymn. He was nearly blind when he penned these words. And this is a man who he knew what it meant to be heartbroken. Because you see, his fiancée left him when she learned that he was going blind. So she knew what loneliness was. Then his sister, who for many years was taking care of him, she was getting married and leaving him in the home alone, the one person who protected him. And on the eve of her wedding day, in a moment of deep emotional pain, Matheson felt a surge of divine comfort. And in just 5 short minutes, every word of this hymn was born in his spirit. It was as if heaven had whispered to him and said, "You may be feeling abandoned right now, but I will not let you go." Those words stuck with him, and with that whisper, he began to write, "O love that wilt not let me go, I rest my weary soul in thee." And if we can see these words as more than just lyrics, they can become our lifeline, because they can remind us that the love of God is not dependent on our performance or our disappointments or our failures, but it is a love that pursues us in spite of. It's a love that holds us gently. It's a love that refuses to let us go even when we are ourselves in our lowest ebb and we are tempted to release ourselves. This love meets us in our weariness and whispers, "Rest here for a while." Yes, it meets us as we are wandering and whispers, "Return to me." And it meets us in our brokenness, and it assures us, "You are still mine." So during this season of Lent, as we focus on this hymn, we see it as it invites us to surrender our lives to God, not as an act of defeat, mind you, but as an act of trust, to give back to God the life we owe, because His ocean of grace can carry it much better than we ever could. You see, even when the pain is too great for us to bear, let's open our hearts and allow Him to give us joy and happiness. So allow the words of this hymn to lift our eyes toward the cross, where sorrow blossoms into everlasting life, and receive this love that will not let you go. This is a love that gathers our scattered pieces and puts them back together. It's a love that follows you through every dark valley, the love that seeks you through every storm, and it's the love that will continue to hold you even when everything else around you seems to be falling apart. And you can say with confidence, "Oh, love, that will not let me go." So let this hymn become your confession and your comfort during this season, so that no matter how heavy the burden may be, no matter how uncertain the path may seem, always remember you are held by a love that refuses to release you. It refuses to let you go. You see, the first line of this hymn is really a confession of surrender. It's a hope that we can put our trust in. And there are times when we want to rest in something that we can put our trust in. And we see that trust in the lyrics of this hymn, holding on to us even when we try to release ourselves. And this is a love that says, "Rest, I've got you." You see, my daughter, who is a gospel artist and a Bible teacher, printed a shirt that says, "God's got you covered." And that is what this hymn is saying. God's got you covered. So this is not the conditional love that comes from us as human beings. This is the eternal, unconditional, and covenantal love of God. This is the love that held Jacob when he wrestled with the angel. This is the love that helped David when he wept before God. It's a love that held Elijah when he hid in the caves from Jezebel after his victory over the prophet Baal. And it's the same love that overwhelmed Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane when he poured out himself to his Father before he went to the cross. I will talk about that sometime later in another episode. But wherever you are listening from right now, this love is still calling you. So the next two lines of this hymn says, "I'll give thee back the life I owe, that in thine ocean depths its flow may richer and fuller be." There is a beautiful paradox here. When we give our lives back to God, we do not lose ourselves, we find it. When we release ourselves, we gain clarity. And when we surrender our plans to Him, we receive His purpose. Your life becomes richer when it is placed in God's hand. Your purpose becomes clearer when it is surrendered to His will. And your identity becomes stronger when it is rooted in God's love. There is no safer place for your life than in the ocean depth of God's love. And the next verse shifts from love to light. And we know that Jesus is love, and He is also the light of the world. And this second verse says, "O light that followest all my way, I yield my flickering torch to Thee." You see, our human life flickers, our confidence flickers, our joy flickers, and our faith flickers. But God's light never does. It shines steadily forever. It's a light that follows you, not just in your victory, but also in your valleys. So when your torch begins to flicker, God's light will surround you. When your vision gets dim, God's light will guide you. And when your path becomes uncertain, God's light will guide you. And this hymn, Matheson says something profound. He says, "My heart restores its borrowed ray," meaning any light I have or anyone that I have ever had was only borrowed from God in the first place. Job said when he was questioned about his loyalty to God, he said, "Naked came I into the world, and naked I will return. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. This third stanza is really the heart of the hymn that says, O joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. You see, there is a joy that does not avoid pain, but it seeks us through it. This is a joy that does not deny your sorrow, but transform it. And there is a joy that does not bring us tears, but it wipes them all away. This is a resurrection joy. It's a joy that walks through the valley with us. David said in Psalm 23, Yea, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because God, you are with me. Then the writer continues, I trace the rainbow through the rain. Listen to that. I trace the rainbow through the rain. Notice here, the rainbow is not seen without the rain. It's seen through the rain. God does not always remove the storms from us, but he reveals his promise in the midst of it, because he is with us even through the storms of life. And then this fifth and final verse takes us to the cross and says, O cross that liftest up my head, I dare not ask to fly from thee. Here the cross is a symbol of lifting. It lifts our heads when guilt put them down. It lifts our hearts where sorrow sinks them, and it lifts our spirit when life's burdens them down. The cross is not a place of escape, it's a place of exchange. It's beauty for ashes, strength for weakness, hope for despair, life for life, and life for death. Then Matheson ends this verse and the whole hymn with triumph, as it declares, and from the ground there blossoms red life that shall endless be. From the ground of suffering, God brings resurrection. From the soil of sorrow, God brings new beginning. And from the dust of disappointment, God brings divine purpose. So wherever you may be listening from today, whatever load you may be carrying, whatever you are facing, whatever you are grieving about, and whatever you are going through right now, please know that there is an unshakable love that will never let you go. Not today, not tomorrow, no, not ever. You see, you may feel weak sometimes, but remember, God's love is strong. You may feel lost at times, but God's love is always searching for you. You may even feel empty, but God's love is fulfilling. And at times, when you feel broken, be assured of this one thing: God's love will and is restoring. So let this line of our hymn today be your quiet confession. Lord, I rest my very soul in thee. Amen. Amen. I want to pray for you before I leave. Now may the same love that held Matheson in his darkest hour hold you in your dark space wherever that may be. May the light that followed him follow you also. May the joy that sought him seek you, and may the cross that lifted him lift your spirit to everlasting life. Because you are chosen, and you are loved with an everlasting love that will never let you go. There is a moment in every journey when God's inspiration must become intentional. So don't treat the love that will not let you go as a love you can just brush off. And as I leave you today, may you find rest where you once felt strain. May you find clarity where you once felt confusion. May you find encouragement where you once felt fear. And may the unshakable peace of God guard your mind and your soul. So now may God's light go before you. May his joy rise up within you, and may his cross stand behind you as your anchor and your assurance. I now release you in the strength of the one who holds you, the one who keeps you, the one who loves you with an everlasting love, and the one who will never let you go. Amen and amen. Well, I hope this episode of Moments in Majesty has been an inspiration and a blessing for you today. Again, like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and tune in next Monday as I continue this Lenten season, bringing you another inspiring and thought-provoking message. Until then, I am your host, Minister Franklyn Bethel.